So what's good, Team G fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. So, it's officially October, man. We are in October, Halloween month. How y'all feel? You wanna know how I'm feeling? Queen is already getting into that mood, man. She done started decorating. She done already started Halloween costume talks. I don't want to hear it. She was talking to us last night. We were all like trying to avoid her. You know that person that's talking while everybody else is trying to, like, you know, get ghosts, remove themselves, avoid it, ignore, all those type of things, man. That was her last night. Oh, what do y'all think we should be? What do you want? She looked at me. What do you want to be for Halloween? I'm like, me, be dad. I'm dad. I got superhuman bill paying powers. That's what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. So, but yeah, man, it's that time of the year, Halloween. I hope y'all hyped and excited. So listen, the next video we're gonna get into, man, is scary video clips that can't be explained. Make sure the house is secure, doors, windows locked, everything. Blinds, curtain closed, they can't peep in on you. Cameras and everything is on. Everything is secure, all right? And we're gonna get to this video. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, join the fam. Moment of silence for the haters, that's enough. Now run the likes up. Hit that like button. Let's go.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some scary video clips that can't be explained. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content just like this.
Many of the scary video clips that make their way into circulation are set in the darkness of a forest or inside of abandoned buildings late at night. When watching this footage, we can console ourselves by insisting we'd never wander into such an eerie location. However, when terrifying things begin to happen in a brightly lit office, we realise that none of us are truly safe from the paranormal. This frightening video shows footage from a surveillance camera in an office building in Syria. The room is a typical open-plan office. There are numerous desks around the room, bright red office chairs, and paperwork cluttering most of the desktops. After a few seconds, a man enters and takes a seat at one of the desks. He begins to work, the empty office quiet around him. Suddenly, a chair sitting in front of a nearby desk begins to move. As he is alone, the man is...
Y'all hear the people looking back at the tape. They're like, look. You see it.
Clearly baffled. He studies the chair hesitantly for a few moments. While his back is turned, another chair pushes away from its desk.
Oh, nah, fam, they got you surrounded. Get up out of there, bro. Get up out of there. Get up out of there now.
Just as the man seems ready to brush it off as a trick of the light, the papers on his desk suddenly erupt into the air.
Oh, heck nah.
The video ends before we can catch a glimpse of the man's reaction to this unusual haunting. I'll have to get your opinions on this one in the comments section below.
Man, please, Ray Charles can see it's time to get up out of there. What am I standing around for? Chairs moving, papers flying, either somebody messing with me or this is not about to be good.
What could be more innocent than a man taking a break from his day to enjoy a quick lunch? In this case, a quick bite to eat ends up turning into one of the internet's scary video clips that seem to defy explanation. The live leak video shows a man sitting behind a glass countertop in a store somewhere in China. The footage from the video most likely came from a security camera. In the short video, the man glances away for a moment, leaving his cup of noodles on the glass counter. Suddenly, the entire cup of noodles shoots into the air in a violent explosion. The food splatters onto the countertop as the man watches in horror. He attempts to examine the cup but seems completely perplexed as to what could have caused the bizarre explosion. Those who have watched the video after it hit the internet have a few theories that they believe could explain the incident. One theory is that the man put the hot cup on top of his cell phone, causing the battery to overheat and explode. However, when the man picks up the cup, it's clear that there
wasn't no cell phone up under that.
to overheat and explode. However, when the man picks up the cup, it's clear that there's nothing under it.
All right, we shooting that theory down. No, next theory.
Another theory is that the hot plastic of the cup against the cool glass of the counter created a strong suction between the two surfaces. After the suction built up to a sufficient level, it shot the cup into the air. Of course, other viewers believe that there is only one plausible explanation, that an angry poltergeist took out its frustration on an innocent man's lunch.
See, I'm trying to think, because I've had like glass like dining room tables before, right? And we've all not always had placemats to sit down and put your food on top of, or a hot plate or something like that. So I've never seen that happen. Not to say that it can't happen. That's just strange. I don't know, man. I get it. That is a possibility, but I'm leaning towards it. What just happened?
An eerie, translucent figure has been filmed walking down a street in the UK in the dark of night. The clip, which was posted by Facebook user Anne Alston, was caught on CCTV in Milford Haven, Wales, very early in the morning. The footage shows a strange see-through figure appear in the middle of an empty street. It seems to materialise out of thin air and begin walking from behind a pole on the street.
There are night walkers.
Whatever the entity is, it looks to have a head and body and moves in a walking motion. As the figure passes from left to right, it then completely vanishes from view. Alston, who posted the clip, claims that the entity has been seen before in a similar spot, but there's never been evidence until now. After the video went live, dozens of comments poured in attempting to explain the bizarre event. The majority say it has to be a ghost and are struggling to explain it otherwise. Some think it could be evidence of a time traveller or an interdimensional being slipping between realities. More grounded opinions believe it's simply a glitch in the security footage or just an outright fake. I'll throw this one out to you in the audience. What do you think this fascinating piece of footage has captured? Some of the best scary video clips come from our Slaptam fans. For example, this video submitted by Midas Wilder is enough to give anyone the creeps. Wilder is a paranormal investigator living in Georgia in the United States. He grew up with an insane asylum in his...
Always Georgia, bro. Always. As soon as I hear Georgia, I just put my head down, man. It's always us.
Living in Georgia in the United States. He grew up with an insane asylum in his backyard.
Ooh.
The asylum, the Central State Hospital, was once the largest mental asylum in the world. Who knows what disturbed spirits could be still lingering on the hospital grounds. At the start of the video, Wilder indicates that he began filming when he realised that the abandoned building had numerous lights on late at night.
Like, I've heard of many of people living around like a cemetery or something like that. But moving next to an abandoned or old building, which was once an insane asylum, that's gotta be rough.
With no staff or patients, it seems quite bizarre that the building would be lit up. The video shows Wilder approaching the building, getting numerous shots of the building's windows awash with light. If it hadn't been for the fact that the building was abandoned, nothing would seem out of the ordinary. In fact, nothing in the footage is particularly alarming at first glance. However, a closer look reveals something disturbing. As Wilder and his crew explore, the camera picks up something odd, the dark silhouette of a person standing at one of the windows. The shape of the silhouette clearly reveals it to be a human inside the building. But who could it have been? A trespasser would be unlikely to have turned on all the lights, and someone making an official visit probably wouldn't do so at night. Is it possible that this strange video has captured evidence of a former patient whose soul still lingers at the abandoned asylum? The town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania in the United States has a reputation for being one of the most haunted cities in the world. This small town was the site of one of the bloodiest battles in the American Civil War. and stories of lingering spirits abound both on and off the battlefield. Given its violent and paranormal history, it isn't surprising that ghost hunters regularly visit Gettysburg to attempt to capture scary video clips of their very own. In this video, ghost hunter T.C. Ballinger sets up cameras at numerous locations around Gettysburg, hoping to capture footage of one of the battlefield's many ghosts. At first, the video is entirely still, filming the empty portion of the battlefield in the dim light. Then, near a small tree, something begins to move. At times, the entity appears to be draped in white. At others, it's merely a blur. It appears and disappears around the tree a few times, with no place close by where it could have hidden. The entity almost appears to be caught in a loop, straightening up from a crouch, peeking around the trunk of the tree as if getting ready to run out from behind it.
Whatever it is, it don't move like a human. It moves more like an animal or something that maybe four-legged. I don't know. But I was trying to see every time it peeked from behind the tree there, it kind of moves like an animal. Then, like when it goes right before it fades out, it kind of seems like it makes itself bigger, like it stands up on its back legs or something like that. I don't know. I don't like it.
And then completely disappearing.
See, like right there, it's like it pokes its head up and then it goes higher. See that? See what I'm saying? Yeah.
At other times in the video, there's clearly transparent figures walking among the trees.
So it could have been something crawling, and then once it got to a certain point, stood up.
Because of the entity's similarity to a person wearing a sheet, many are prepared to dismiss the video as a fake. However, this theory doesn't explain how the figure could disappear and return to its starting location over and over. Creepier still, a second, unrelated video was taken in the exact same location 2 years later. The clip, which was posted by S3A Monkeys, shows a very similar entity, crouching, then standing and walking from behind the same tree. This motion also seems to repeat in a loop too, just like the first piece of footage. Is it possible that these videos have captured the lingering spirit of a long-dead Civil War casualty? This highly unsettling video was uploaded to Facebook by Kisa Saram. The people who were unfortunate enough to live through these events were clearly terrified of what the camera managed to capture. The video begins in the middle of the action. A toy is filmed floating in the air. As the camera moves away, the toy flies through the air and strikes one of the petrified witnesses. At the same time, another toy rapidly slides across the floor towards the cameraman. The terrified family begins praying to God for help and decides to call a local holy man to come to their rescue. As the family waits, the situation becomes tense. The cameraman and the young boy who was struck by the toy begin arguing. The boy storms out of the room. Soon after, the camera picks up strange grunting sounds. When the cameraman goes to check on the boy, he is shocked by what he finds. The boy is perched with his hands and feet on the toilet, bent backwards in a disturbing and unnatural angle.
What the
The other man attempts to restrain the boy before the video suddenly cuts out. It's unclear how the situation was resolved.
Put a 1 in the comment section if you'd walked past that bathroom, saw your kid in there bent over backwards after experiencing something like that, would have passed out and fainted. They would have found you fainted. Like, what the? And just passed out on. I know some people would have, bro. That threw me off guard. Like, man, what is you doing? Like, I've heard of people talking about, you've heard of people talking about, oh, if you sit elevated up from the toilet and make sure you're using the bathroom flow a lot easier. You heard of that type of stuff. So Like, fam, like that's different. No, what he was doing in there, that wasn't biblical. That was something different.
Circuit cameras are evidently a goldmine for scary video clips. This video, submitted by Slapped Ham fan MJ San Diego, depicts some very strange events in a churchyard in Angeles City in the Philippines. At the start of the video, all is quiet in the churchyard late at night. The only light comes from a street lamp. The clip gets strange, however, when the light begins to reflect off something unusual: a mysterious figure moving across the churchyard. Despite what skeptics may claim, this figure is unlikely to be an ordinary passerby. Its movements are erratic, almost as if it's dancing. It also appears to be wearing some sort of robe that appears both bright white and awash in shadows at various points in the footage. Near the end of the clip, the strange entity seems to vanish into thin air. One theory that could shed some light on the strange entity revolves around the Encanto, mythical human-like spirits that are believed to exist in the Philippines. The Encanto are not necessarily good or bad. Their appearance can result in either amazing good luck or devastating tragedy. They look similar to humans, but anyone who's seen one agrees that there's something different about the feeling they elicit. It's unclear if this video depicts an Encanto, but if so, the congregation of this church had better hope that it brings good luck along with it. Before we get to that number one spot button, this terrifying video was posted to Facebook by Gino Sheepers. It was recorded on a security camera in Cape Town, South Africa. Many of the viewers of the video are certain that it depicts a ghost. The setting of the video appears to be the courtyard of a house or building. There's a tall fence surrounding the property to keep out intruders. Unfortunately, fences are no match for spirits. A few seconds into the video, an oblong oval moves onto the screen. It's white but very transparent. The entity moves across the yard and up to the gate. After a few seconds, it easily passes through the metal and continues along the other side. Some viewers have claimed that the entity is merely a light reflection. However, midway through the video, the entity disappears behind one of the fence posts, only to appear again on the other side. This movement would be uncharacteristic of a light blur. No one
That's what I was gonna say. Now explain that.
can be certain what this entity is, but they'll be surely keeping a close eye on their security cameras from now on.
Listen, man, if y'all watching this at night, just watch something funny after this. That way you can sleep good. You know what I'm saying? That little image of that kid in that bathroom, bro, or whatever he was doing. Yeah, that one right there. You might need to watch something funny after this. You know what I mean? To get your mind off of that, because that was crazy. Or if you have kids, go check on them. Make sure they ain't doing nothing crazy or off the wall. You know what I mean? Take your Bible with you or something, or something, cross or something. You know, whatever. You hear your kid in there talking to himself. Just prepare yourself. You know what I mean? I ain't trying. This is that month. I'm telling y'all, this is that month. Strange things start happening. All right? Y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And stick around and stay tuned until the next reaction of my piece. Y'all stay solid. Hey.